And here we go. Today we're going to be starting a new game, one of my favorites, but I haven't played it in a little while, and it's gotten some new upgrades and features. Mostly the DLC, which added some gun mechanics, and I've only touched on those mechanics, so I'm excited to get into that. But this is Fights in Tight Spaces. They've actually got a sequel called Nights in Tight Spaces coming out not too long from now. So I'm also excited about that. I've played a fair amount of this game. I actually reset it at one point so I could start unlocking the cards again. But yeah, I've unlocked a lot of the cards at this point. Almost reset it again to start for this, but I don't think I need to do that. So we are going to go in, start with just basic game. And we're going to play through the tutorial. Let's see. I usually like to go at a very difficult level. I think Brutal is also new. I always used to play Purist because it's essentially fair. The easier difficulty levels give you some advantages, most notably like restarting on failure or rollbacks. If you have made a mistake, you can basically go back to the beginning of your last turn. But also you can see uh, they give you bonuses for movement. Whereas on Purist, it doesn't give you any assistance to make sure that you get at least a move card every turn. The easier levels give you at least one movement card from the player's deck will be drawn each hand. Special Agent, instead of giving you one of your move cards from your deck, it'll just give you the most basic move card. It'll give you a step, which honestly is not very great. But yeah, Special Agent is sort of adjacent to Classic. So I like playing Purist because I consider that fair. No hand assistance, and we'll get into what it means by you get at least one move card once we actually see the game part itself. I also usually play with deck draft mode on, but I want to play with a balanced deck just to make sure we get to see a little bit of everything. So we're going to go with Purist instead of Brutal, and we'll work our way up. Let's see, they gave us more characters over time. When we first played the game, there was only this guy, and they added this person, I think around the same time as the bleeding mechanics, and this person is new with the gun mechanic, although anybody can use the gun. That's just when this character model was introduced. So to start with, we'll go with the most classic character. Here we go. Mission briefing. Agent 11, that's us. Sir, we have a number of emerging situations that could do with your skills. Okay, so this is choosing which starting deck we want to go with. I'm going to just suggest balance just so we can see a lot of different mechanics. It shows us both slip and shift, which are very good movement cards, as well as the basic steps, some dash. But it also gives us some basic attacks. It gives us block, counter attacks, forced movement where we move the enemies around, as well as some ranged attacks and combo. So it gives us a little bit of everything, not a huge focus on any one of them. And you'll also notice there's this thing up at the top. Let's see, you always start with like one special ability, and after every larger stage, you get to pick from a set of new ones. So the balance deck, at every fight, you get this emergency move card. So just in case you didn't draw any movement cards, this is a one-time use for each fight, special movement card. Some of the other ones, like the Counter Striker, you just have a little bit more health to deal with because you're planning to take a lot of hits. Slasher, this one is bleeding focused. An extra movement card each turn. So in addition to the normal hand you would draw, it also draws one of your movement cards. I guess it's like a separate... It treats just your movement cards as like a secondary deck. And it, like your normal deck will also have movement cards, like the shift or the swap. But then, in addition to that, it draws a movement card, and I guess if you don't have any, it reshuffles or something. It's interesting. Like, when you have free movement cards, it's like a secondary deck. Grappler is great. You basically get some extra health, but I love the different attacks and throws and stuff that this thing can do. Grappler is very useful. Trickster is probably my favorite, in terms of the different kinds of things you can do. I like moving the enemies around and lots of movement and stuff. And some card draw. but it also has momentum boost. Momentum is the cost for all of the cards, so just having extra momentum is extra resources to do whatever you want. It's probably the best thing to just have extra momentum. But we're gonna go with balanced, and let's get into the tutorial. This is actually the list of the campaign. Because I've been to each of these before, I could start from, say, the second stage if I wanted to, but really, you want to play through the whole thing, or at least starting from stage 1. This is training. Because after each fight, you can select cards, or you get benefits, and you get stronger from it. So if you just jumped in at like stage 4 with a basic deck, you'd have a much harder time than if you had grown over the course of the campaign. And yeah, I remember when it was still the prologue, when there was only the biker gang, and then each of the other ones came online later. And yeah, the final mission didn't come in until way later. It's very cool. But it'll all make sense when we hopefully eventually reach that. Right now, we're going to training. Nice to see you back. Thank you, sir. Report back to me when you've completed your training. Okay. So this is sort of the campaign screen. Everything is sort of a sequence of missions. During training, it's just one thread, but when we get to the larger things, you'll have options of choices, and you can see that they have different rewards or numbers of targets that'll come in. So you can choose your path through the level, but you still eventually have to reach the end. So we start with a maximum of 3 momentum, 10 combo. We start with 50 money. Looks like we're using pounds here. And 40 out of 40 health. By default, you don't recover health between stages, so the damage you take stacks up over the course of the whole thing unless you can heal it. And enhancements. You typically get these at the end of each campaign stage. But right now we're in training. Let's get into the most basic of training. The boxing ring. Fight. There we go. This is a turn-based deck-building fighting game. And you can see you can rotate the map around. Okay, press to continue. It's a very thorough tutorial. Oh, yep. Rotate your view left and right. You can highlight cards from your hand so you know which one you're about to play. And so select spinning back fist. So what these numbers mean... Oh, I see. The 1 and the 2 are for hotkeys. I turned that number on. I think I'll turn that one back off. Just because the extra numbers are a little bit confusing. In the top right corner, that's how much momentum it costs to play this card. Jab is very quick. It doesn't cost you much effort to play it. Its range is a low end of 1 and a high end of 1. You can only hit things right next to you. And it does 3 damage to your opponent. You can see our momentum right here, where we have 3 out of 3 momentum. And the little number right below it is how much you get back each turn. So you can have, say, higher momentum, like if it was 4 out of 4, and if you spent all 4, the next turn you would have 3 out of 4 momentum. That's how that bit works. Now, spinning back fist, this takes us some effort to play. It costs 2 momentum, it hits from range 2 to 2, so it's only at range, you couldn't hit someone right next to you with it, and it deals 10 damage. You can also see on the tooltip to the left of it, you also draw 2 cards upon playing it, and maintain distance, so you don't move up. Some cards at range attack, like if it was a jumping kick or something, you would move up next to the opponent after you hit them. Now, let's see, what can we see about this guy? Let's see, I can rotate, but I can't zoom in on just him, it looks like. But he has 28 health, he does 4 damage with his attack, and you can see that little thing in front of him is where he's going to attack with. So we want to not be there at the end of our turn. And the 1, that's the turn order of the enemies. If there were a bunch of guys, then 1 would go first, followed by 2. That's very important when things get complicated, but for now, we're going to do what it says. Deal 10 damage. Yep, and then he stepped right back into his original spot. We got to draw a couple of cards. So they're telling us about momentum. If a card can't be played, the cost is shown in red, so there's a good example of that. Current momentum, And next to it is the amount of you will start with next turn. Okay. Oh, maybe that's changed, or maybe they're just explaining it a slightly different way than I did. But the focus card costs no momentum, gain 1 momentum. So that gets us back up to 2. Yes? Okay, good. It just took a second to get there. So now we can play a double jump kick. Okay, and this one, it says advance. That's a helpful reminder that you will end up target. Nice double kick there. And now we're at melee range. We can just punch them. Deal 3 damage, get a momentum. Punch. And when the enemies die, they ragdoll. So he's out of the mission. And our mission was just defeat the one enemy, so we've completed this mission. A fight ends when every opponent has been defeated. Sometimes there's different objectives and you don't have to defeat everybody. Maybe it's like knock 4 people out of the arena or something. But we can finish the fight. Hey. Okay. Now, enemy recon. I think they're going to tell us a little bit about how the enemies work. So what do we have here? Okay, you will come across a variety of enemies. Yep, we just saw the most basic of basic enemies so far. Yep, yeah, that's good. You'll be given a warning where new enemies will arrive. They just drop into the level at those spots. If the tile is blocked, they won't arrive next turn, but like another spot will pick up and they'll just backfill. So if you're getting overwhelmed, you can prevent an enemy from showing up for another turn so that you have fewer targets and incoming attacks to deal with for a little bit. We intentionally want to end our turn, so you see all of your cards go away each turn and you draw a fresh set. Since it's a tutorial, we just have this set of options. It replaced our deck with some different stuff. So use the Show Info button to see the current health of all enemies on the board, as well as any hazards. So hazards, when it says void tiles and railings, you see that these railings and then void tiles sort of have that red outline on them. If anyone goes over a railing or lands on a void tile for some reason, they are instantly eliminated, and that includes you. Some enemies will push you around, and they push you over railings just as much as you push them over railings. So don't get knocked over a railing. Okay, enemies will be activated if they're targeting the player at the beginning of their turn, or if any character enters their range during the turn. And enemies with projectile weapons can attack from any distance so long as there's nothing between them. So what they're trying to hint to us there is if any character enters their range, such as if this guy goes in front of the gun, and I'm sure they're about to tell us to do that. Use front kick to push him. So this is going to achieve 2 things. He won't be next to us, so he can't attack us. And get over there. Now, that's activated him. So now this enemy's been activated. They will attack at the end of the turn regardless of the allegiance of the target. They're just going, oh, enemy, shoot. They're being surprised, I guess. A little bit like our Phantom Brigade type of thing. We've got just some really good spatial awareness, so we can manipulate the enemies because they've decided what they're going to do for the next second or so, and they're reacting really, really fast. Yeah, this is our expertise coming into play. Each enemy basically has a set AI that they want to do. These guys run up and punch. These guys try to just get you in a line of sight so that they have a bead on you to shoot you with the gun. But if something enters into their attack range, whether you push them there or I suppose between their turns they won't attack each other. So that's when they get their choice to make some decisions. Anyway, he is going to attack, and that's what the icon there means. Okay, so over the target you can see an individual. So this is where the turn order becomes important. He will attack first, he will attack second. And especially for enemies that move other characters around, that can completely change what's going to happen. See this icon? That means they're currently primed to do an attack. So let's see. Yeah, if we go over here, that icon means he's going to make an attack. This guy no longer will make an attack. Let's watch it happen. Yep. Now on their turn, they moved. I believe they can move up to 2 spaces normally. So now they've moved, and now they each want to make an attack on us. Okay. So it's telling us exactly what to do since we're in the tutorial. But they're saying use jab on this guy. If you've got a jab, it's really nice. It gives you the momentum. But they also do take up slots in the deck. So I don't typically like to have jabs just sitting in the deck. You can typically have a better card than that. But since he was already weakened by the previous attack, you only took a jab to take him down. Now use front kick on him. Let's see. And over the railing he goes. Instantly dead, even though it didn't do that much damage. Front kicks and anything that pushes is very valuable. That's why I like the Trickster. But not all areas will have those death pits. Now, advanced tactics. Now we've got some railways here. Railings. Some cards have alternate movement amounts, so the option play, it allows you to do 2 different things. You can either move or deal damage. Ooh, ignore auto attack. Interesting. Some enemies, we haven't seen them yet, automatically attack if you walk up to them, in front of them, whatever. And being able to move up and not get auto attacked, that makes that useful. But right now they're just saying, let's move up. Okay. You can use the environment to your advantage. So head smash can only be played when they are adjacent to a wall or barrier. And it looks like this laundry hamper counts as a barrier here. And some cards cause them to face you because you're grabbing their head. That's what that little rotation symbol means. Now, right now we don't really have combo, but if we did, this is a combo that makes use of it. Combo would increase the damage by 1 for each point of combo we have, but then it clears all the combo after you use it. So it's a combo ender. Cannot be dodged. Nice. So let's head smash this guy. Click. Click. Oh, okay, it wasn't selected, that's why. Oh, apparently the railing behind him counted for that as well. I figured because it wasn't a wall, but nope, you can smash him into a railing. Okay, now, our first introduction to block. It's got this little shield icon, and when we play it, we have that. It's basically temporary extra hit points that goes away at the end of the turn. So we end our turn, we let him attack us with his damage 4 attack, and we're a-okay. But yeah, leftover block is usually lost. There are some block builds that can make that different. Yep, if you're pushed out of the environment, which also includes sometimes doorways. Doorways can be just as lethal. You may want to like rotate around like there's no door on that side, or at least that cell door is closed. But this side, it's open and you can get knocked out into that space. Ah, yeah, this broken railing here, I'll bet we could not push that guy through here using the head smash we just hit, because the railing's not there. It's treated like a door. Okay, yep, anywhere you see a hazard marker like this. Yep, void spaces won't always be marked with a hazard marker. Good to know. So, push. Over the railing you go. We've got 2 more enemies to deal with here. Ah, combo. So every successful attack, combo goes up. Combo stays between turns, but your movement reduces the combo. So combo is sort of incentivizing you to stay put and just basically knock all the enemies away, away from you. But we have to reposition to attack. So, with very few exceptions, very important exceptions, you can only move in a straight line. So step, it's a movement ability, which I suppose the little running man lets us know, and it lets you move by 1 space. So that's why step is the most basic of movement. Move 1 space in an orthogonal direction. Typically you can only move in straight lines. There are a couple of very important useful cards that break that rule. So the left spin kick, eh? There we go. Still gotta remember which way is rotating which way. So there is a door here, but maybe we could hit him, yeah, push to the left. It would knock him into the wall. That could be good. But it needs 2 combo to play, and we have no combo left. So some cards, like this Jolt, just straight increases your combo level. Aha. So we play that, and there we go. Up by 2. Now we can use the left spin kick. So, bonk bonk, you can hurt them by pushing them against an obstacle. Gotta click at his feet, I guess. If an enemy is primed to attack you, you can also choose to counter, allowing you to retaliate during the enemy's turn, which is very useful. So this gives us 8 block, and we deal 10 damage to incoming attackers, notably attackers that are right next to you. This isn't a ranged counter. So we've got that, now we've got our own little block, and that thing over our head indicates we are primed to counterattack. And that's also listed up here on like our status stuff. So we end the turn. This guy's not doing anything, that guy is attacking. Bonk. And bonk. Now they move up to us. Okay. But grapple requires multiple steps. So let's read grapple, one of my favorite cards. So you choose a target that's next to you, and you move them to a tile that is adjacent to you. No combo gain, but the target faces away. So grapple, it's telling us to move him to here. There we go. So you have to select 2 different tiles. First the enemy, and then where you want them to go. And now he's facing away from us, so he won't be attacking us. That's the most effective use of the grapple. If you need a reminder, you can always get reminder text from hovering over the cards. Yep, and a help screen, well, the first time you encounter a mechanic. We won't see too many of those, so I'll be explaining that as we get to them. Okay, finish the fight using what you have learned. Okay, he only has 5 hit points left, he has 25. So we've got a rising knee here. That deals a push, which will just straight take him over the railing and kill him in 1 shot. Ah yes, the tile must be empty though, unless the attack will knock out the target. So what that's saying is you can only push somebody if there's a space for them to be pushed into. If this guy was up against a solid wall, we could not hit him with the rising knee unless we were dealing the last blow to knock him out, so that we could take his space. Otherwise, he wouldn't have anywhere to go, and the game wouldn't know what to do with that. So rising knee has some situational drawbacks, but is very, very good. Now, this guy, we're not quite going to get rid of him, so the order of actions is important here. If I did a rising knee, I would be in that space and I couldn't then jab him. So I want to use the jab first against this guy. He's not out cold, but we can now use the rising knee against him. Shift, you can use to move up to 2 tiles in a direction, but the unique thing about shift is you can move around an enemy. Normally you can't move through other characters, so shift allows you to sort of bypass and move behind somebody. Although most of the time they'll turn around to face you. But we don't want to go in front of him because then he'll hit us. So we're just going to knock him out. And down he goes. Now, shift, we could use that to get ourselves into a better position for next turn. If this was a guy with push, for example, maybe he would move there and he might push us off an edge. So, a safer spot for us to be, while also lining him up for potential area environmental damage, would be to move either to here, but then you're in a little bit of danger from that railing. This is probably the best spot to move. There, like, he could just attack us. So we shift a little bit, set ourselves up for a better next turn, and now here we are. We've got some extra damage here from the combo, so we could push him. The push deals, I believe by default it's 4 damage, so we could kill him with the push. But the thing that would deal the most damage for us would be this head smash. Into the laundry, and down. Ragdoll. There we go. And that's training. You've clearly still got it. Yeah, we do. No doubt. The world moves on, Agent 11. New challenges, new threats. Just glad you're up to it. So here we go. I suppose we could jump forward, but no, we're going to start with the basics. We are doing a purist run after all. We've got that balanced deck, hey? Okay, after the biker gang wars of the 90s, we thought we'd seen the last of the Nordic gangs. But they're back with a network of so-called club houses across Scandinavia. We're seeing a massive increase in smuggling operations on northern European borders. Put a stop to it. Okay, so we are heading to Scandinavia. Now you can see the campaign map against the biker gang. So there's going to be a boss fight there at the end. And up until then, we can essentially choose our path. Although, for example, if we went to that event, we could not then go to the gym. Gotta follow the lines. But at the start, you always have, I think, a very standard attack. So we're going to be doing a bathroom fight in the men's room. Yep, it says weakened targets. I think like at the very beginning of a stage, they might have fewer hit points or a little bit less damage. But then as you go through, yeah, see this one, they're not weakened. They're weakened. And then that goes away later on. So rewards, you have a main objective for a card, and I guess a secondary objective to get you some bonus money, which you can spend for upgrades at these sort of round, or yeah, these status spots. Let's just jump in here. Fight start. Okay. So what do we have here? We've already got a new enemy. Okay, since we're playing on a higher level, the enemies move first, meaning that for, I think, the lower levels, when they sort of drop into the level, they stay there and you get to play the first move. But with enemies move first, they basically get to close with you, so you're starting with enemies all around you. Okay, so there will be 3 enemies to defeat. That's usually the main objective. And if we complete this entire fight within 6 turns, we get a bonus, which we always want to get. Okay, so what do we have here? Let's take a look. So we've got a bathroom stall, a sink, and we've got a door there. Okay, so we have one place to maybe push people out. We only have one push here, though. I suppose this is a little bit of the problem with having a generic deck, is it's not like attack, attack, attack. Let's see. Yeah, they're weakened, so they have smaller stats. So this guy is the basic guy. He just does a punch. That's what he wants to do. This biker deals 5 damage and 1 push up to 2 tiles away. What that means is if we step to the side, he's still going to attack. He's going to step forward and hit him with 1 and push him back a tile. But if I push him, like if I push this guy first, then the attack won't reach. So I don't want to push him. Pushing is essentially free, so I'm pretty sure I want to start with just a push against this guy. There we go. Nothing right there behind him. Now I do have the emergency move. It has retain, meaning it doesn't get discarded from the hand at the end of the turn, but you can only use it once during the fight, so we're going to hold on to that until we absolutely have to use it. Now we definitely want to step out of their attacks, unless I wanted to make use of the block, but since he's going to attack him, I'm just going to step out of the way and not bother with the block. Instead, I can quick strike one of them. If he was going to deal enough damage with his 5 to kill him, then I would just go straight on and attack him. But he's the more dangerous enemy. That will give him a little attack there. And we're going to step out of the way. New enemy coming in there. So if I move there, I'll probably be surrounded. If I move there, they might both just sidestep and we'll end up in the exact same position with them attacking each other. So, knowing what they like to do, I'll just step out of the way and... ouch. There we go. Now we've got another basic attacker. He did not move, so when they spawn in, they just stay in that square. They don't get to move until their next turn. Gives us a little bit of an advantage. So our counter would deal 10 damage to incoming attackers. That would be nice. That would be enough to kill him. Notably, he's going to shove us into that wall there, right into the urinal trough. But assuming we survive, then we'll counterattack and knock him all the way out. So what I would want to do with the other stuff, if I've got a combo finisher, quick kick would push him out of our range, which I don't necessarily want. I can just use, yeah, that 13 there includes the 12 plus 1 for our combo. So I can head smash him, won't finish him off, but I need to do that before I quick kick him, because the quick kick would have moved him out of the way for the combo. Now I've got 1 momentum left, and with the counter, we've got the 8 block. He's going to do 5 damage, and he's also going to do 1 more point of damage. It'll do 4 from the push, so we're going to end up taking 1 point of damage here in order to kill him. If I was being super careful, it would be better for me to shift behind him. I suppose I should demonstrate good practices. If I stayed put with the counter, because it only has the 8 block, we would take a point of damage. So we don't want to risk that. We're just going to slip behind him and not use the counter. Hurts a little bit, but I have 4 turns left to deal with 2 enemies. That should be plenty. And he's almost down. Hammer Fist, one of my absolute favorite cards, especially once you can upgrade it. Every combo gives you an extra point of damage. Slip. My absolute favorite movement card. This is the card that allows you to break the normal you must move in an orthogonal direction. If there's an enemy, you can slip around them in a diagonal way. That allows you to get out of so many tight spaces. Haha. Okay. Can I unselect that? Okay, yeah, right-click, unselect. So he has 8 hit points left. I could Hammer Fist, and then long strike him, front kick him back, so I'm not going to take damage. Yeah, I need to save the front kick for that guy, or I would have to slip around him. But it's better to do damage and stay in place than dodge around and not do damage. It's all effectively timed, at least to get those bonuses. So, we're good. He can't attack. He moves right back. He's got 14 hit points left. I have 2 attacks, but Hammer Fist grows with the combo. So if we start with the long strike, our combo goes up by 1, and now the Hammer Fist is enough to take him out. That was a pretty ideal first fight. So, we won the level. Yeah, the score is, I think they've got leaderboards at the end, but trying to beat your own score. But essentially, yeah. Bikers get a little bit of a bonus. Each successive mission has a higher bonus, also for the difficulty level. Completing the objectives, and the faster you complete the level, boosts the score. And this is a fun thing. The replay! Here we go. I've got it set to dynamic camera right now. So here we go. Basically, it will automatically rotate around to whatever should be the most cinematic. And you can watch the movie of your fight scene. Ooh. Jump around and punch. I was thinking of doing a parallel playlist so that, like, after each run, I would also link together all the replays so that you could just watch the movie of the fights in tight spaces run. That might be fun. So now that we've finished, we can select a reward of 3 randomly selected cards from those that you've unlocked. Ooh, Hammer Fist, I've already said it's one of my favorites. You can attack potentially at range, and combo just boosts up. Shift, also, just being able to move past an enemy gives you a lot of flexibility. You need movement cards, and right now I don't think we have the best selection. That's kind of why I like to draft cards, is I can just never take a step. I can only bring shifts and slips. So that's kind of essential. Okay, if we go to the bathroom, we cannot go to the medical place. If we go to the repair bay, we could go to both. Yep, the spaces are tighter in the bathroom, but let's see, the rewards are basically the same. 4 targets in each. They're weakened in the repair bay. There's also sort of an obstacle in the middle for us to fight around, probably a car or a motorcycle or something, I think we want to go to the repair bay. But just to know for like the planning, gyms typically allow you to gain new cards, upgrade cards, and also very importantly, remove cards from your deck. As you're getting more cards each time, it's diluting the deck that you have. So the gym is incredibly important. If you've taken damage, you can restore health. Increasing your maximum health is, I think, underrated, but if you're using like a counterattack deck, super useful. And long-term injuries. I currently forget how you get the long-term injuries, but they're nasty sort of debuff cards that go into your deck when you take certain types of damage. So the medical can be essential. But right now, we'd only want to go there to increase our max health, and right now we want more cards. So we're planning to go to the gym. But that's important just so that you're looking ahead when you're picking your next fight. But we're going to go to the repair bay. Here we go. Zoom in. I like that seamless transition, too. Here we go. Oh, 2 gunmen and a regular guy. Okay. So what do we have? We've got an attack, quick kick. Quick kick isn't bad. Let's see, it looks like, that door is open and is instant death, as is that one, which isn't necessarily visible from all angles. I don't have a lot of movement forcing things right now, though. And I can't really make them attack each other, so I can't force them to change their direction very much. So, if I had infinite momentum here, I could dash forward, quick strike, hammer strike, quick kick, but that uses more momentum than I have, and he would still be alive. If I used my emergency move right off the bat to not spend the momentum, I could move up to here. Quick kick would deal 4 plus 4 because he's up against the wall, 8 damage. Then the quick strike could deal another 8, and the hammer fist would just eliminate him turn 1. Which would be very nice. The other nice thing about hammer fist, it doesn't remove your combo. So they can, like if you just have a deck full of hammer fists, that it'll just keep raising your combo up until maximum, and then if you are just sitting at 10 combo, and this is doing 14 damage at 1 or 2 range, that's crazy good for a 1 momentum attack. I think that's worth it. Just take one of the gunmen out turn 1, and there's a total of 4 enemies. It looks like another one won't spawn in until I remove one. Let's abuse our emergency move here a little bit. Treat that as just a bonus strike for us. Quick strike, quick kick, up. And hammer fist for the knockout. Alright. That's a good turn there. We don't take any further attacks. I didn't see his spawn point in advance. Okay, so he at least turns to face us. Now he's looking right at us. Ooh. Okay. Always best to plan how to not take damage. Easiest way is usually to move. I could move like back a step and not get hit by any of them. But it's even better if you can remove the incoming damage by knocking out the enemy. And the nice part about some of these combo cards is they don't take momentum. They just utilize the combo as the resource. So I could front kick him and then combo finisher that might completely remove him. Start with that, so 10 damage. He's got 15 left. Yeah, the combo finisher would just remove him from the rest of the fight without spending the momentum. And now, let's see. Yeah, he's dealing 10 damage with that bullet, so quick block is not enough. Let's see, I can shift by 1 and then long strike while still being out of range for him. So, from 2, and yeah, I should have verified that we maintained distance, but we did not move up. We're safe. I might as well play the block. It's not going to do anything, though. It's just going to go away. Right now, he is aiming there, but he's not shooting. But if I could end up in that spot and push him, that would trigger him to shoot. But we don't have the ability to move there, unfortunately. Now he's dealing 8 damage. It looks like he's not as weakened as he looked, he's probably at standard stats right now. So our counter here with the 8 block would stop him. Unfortunately, I can't head smash him because he's not next to anything I could smash him into. If I pushed him and I guess stepped up, I could smash his head into the back there, but then I would be getting shot at. So that wouldn't be so great. A block plus a block? I mean, if I spent 2 momentum there, if I pushed him, stepped up, and then block counter, then I would not take any damage because my 18 block would match the incoming damage, but I would only counter 8 damage back to him, do nothing to him. I think I'm better off simply staying put and just countering in place. This guy isn't really attacking us. He can't shoot us through the raised bike there, so he has to move a good distance to get to us, which is both good and bad. I do still kind of want to reach that max combo, so I just want to stay put. Yeah, stay put, use the counter. This doesn't have a time pressure on it. I guess for score there is one, but we're just going to stay put here and try to build up our combo to reach that objective. And punch. So I should be at 2 combo now, yep, with that attack. Weird, I've got... Well, you know what? I can long strike, just sit here and counter again. So the long strike, I still just hit him. Now when I counter on the next turn, that'll eliminate him. He'll start moving up. The hardest part is, yeah, the shift. That's still going to remove the combo. So if I move 2 tiles, combo's going to drop down to 1. So that is against what we are trying to do. So he's out. We need 1 more combo. But if I step up a spot, that's going to reduce me down to 3. If I then quick kick him, he'll still be shooting at me, but I don't have, like, I would have to move out of the way. If I used the head smash, I think it would eliminate the combo instead of bringing us up to the 5. So I think the best thing, strictly because we're trying to reach that secondary objective, we're just going to stay put. We're not going to move. He's not attacking us. Just let them come to us, maintain our combo. Okay, now we've got quick strike, hammerfish, push. And we've got enough block to make sure we don't take damage at the end of this. So we'll just quick strike first. We've reached 5. Okay, now it doesn't matter if we go down below that. Okay. Yeah, again, he's not next to anything. If I... Well, you know what? There's no reason not to push. Because the hammerfish, I can still reach him. So we're going to get up to 6 there. Now we're doing 10 damage with this. He's not down. Oh wait, combo finisher. Combo finisher is different from the head smash. This is a attack at range 1 or 2, so you just sort of move up to them. I can do the block just to be safe. But yeah, uses that combo for a really strong attack. 22 damage. Overkill. Bam. Ooh, right into the whatever that piece of equipment is. Hey. So yeah, the points are less important than the objectives. We got an extra 30 pounds there. Ooh. Yeah, quick strike is okay. I would always take a shift over a dash. Throw. We have not run across the downing mechanics. So it's a 6 damage attack. You'll see it's also at range 1, just like the quick strike, but it doesn't cost momentum to use. That's an advantage. Slightly less damage, disadvantage. Turns them towards you, sometimes good, sometimes bad, but it knocks them down. As you can see, it will throw them down to the ground. And so they're knocked down for a turn, which means you can't, they won't be able to attack you. It basically disables them. There are some targets, like ones that specifically have the word heavy, that this doesn't work on. So it is sometimes completely useless, but against your basic people, it's very, very nice. So I'm going to grab that just so we can show off the mechanic. Front kick, I think, is always better than quick kick. It does more damage and otherwise does all the same stuff. It also allows you to advance, so you can hit them from a space away. Front kick is just really good. Let's see, we have 110. Also, upgrade. All cards have an upgraded version. So this shows, let's see, how do we see the upgraded version of it? Like I don't want to just upgrade. Show us what the upgrade is, please. What if I right click on it? Okay, let's pick a good card to upgrade then. Yeah, they have different costs. You'll notice that right away. Maybe if I click on it, it will show me the upgrade. So Slip, one of my favorite cards. Okay, it shows us the upgrade after you click. Good. Sometimes it's just a one-click upgrade in some of these games. So there we go. So if we upgrade it, it reduces the momentum cost from 1 to 0. That is ridiculously good. It remains an awesome card, but now you can spend your momentum on other cards. So it basically allows you to do an extra thing during your turn. So this makes one of the best things even better. If you look at some of these other ones, like Hammer Fist, it stays at 1, but it basically doubles the damage of the card. So now, if you were sitting at 10 combo, instead of being at 14 damage, you would be at 28 damage, which is extra super insane, but it's very expensive to upgrade that. Let's see. Counter. It increases both the block you get, almost doubles it, and slightly increases the damage you do to the incoming attackers. So it allows you to hold your position a lot better. Shift maintains combo. So it doesn't reduce the cost like Slip does, but it allows you to use that movement without having horrible downsides. How does Throw get better? Basically doubles the damage. This one doesn't upgrade as nicely as some of the other ones. Ooh, Combo Finisher. It's so valuable, it must be great, right? Yeah, it goes from 8 to 18 base damage. All the other characteristics don't actually get any better. Too bad. But it already has 2 damage per combo. If that went up to like 3 damage per combo, that would just be ridiculous. And something basic like Quick Strike goes from 8 to 14. It's and it becomes a little bit better. But compared to like Hammer Fist, it's nothing. That's also, I guess, why it's cheap. How does Push get better? It adds basic damage on top of the Push. Not bad. Push is also a very useful card. If you can get those melee attackers one space away, that's huge. Block doubles the block almost. Pretty good. Head Smash. Let's see. It increases the base damage, but also doubles the combo damage. That one's very nice. And yeah, Front Kick, it really only changes the damage up, so that doesn't get that much better, but its basic card is so good, it's probably worth it anyway. So do I want another Front Kick? Do I want upgrades? Ooh. Well, I think the best thing is to streamline the deck. I got a Shift, and I want to remove these steps. The steps kinda suck. Well, they don't kinda suck. And it either adds... I'm not sure if it just increases by 60 each time or if it doubles each time, but the more improvements you do, the more expensive it gets. So multiple upgrades would become more expensive. We have 50 left. Is there anything really good that I can upgrade for 50? Not really. So I think I'll take that Front Kick. Being able to push the enemies around is so valuable. Okay, and that card is out. Pool Room. Let's see, I don't think it's a jump in the pool kind of pool room. Oh. Now how are you going to play pool with the pool table in the corner? I guess they pushed it to the side of the room for our fight. Oh, we've got a new enemy type here. Shotgun Biker. Watch out for their mean shotgun. Deals 10 damage and push all the targets. So this person hits a cone, or I guess just the 3 spaces in front of them. So right now, she's planning to shoot us with a shotgun and move us back a space. Now the order matters, because if she was pushing us back a space, if she was going first, and we had something like a strong block that would absorb all the damage, we could use that as a method to get out of the attack of the other 2. But right now it's that, then that, then that. So it's going to be a bit difficult to get out of the way of everything. Now, we can make use of that new front kick we've got. Ooh. Yeah, what's the order here? If we front kick first, that will push him back a space. We'll get out of their attacks, that would be nice. And deal 6 damage. We could Hammer Fist for another 5. He'd have 11 left, but I wouldn't be in range to hit him with the head smash. I could burn the emergency move right away to just eliminate a long-range gunman. Not the most terrible thing. But otherwise I would need to front kick, maybe Hammer Fist, and then dash the space to just get out of the way of all the attacks. That could be good. Yes, like eliminate turn 1 versus... Yeah, we do have a time pressure here. Well, let's go for the early attack. I've gotten used to living without the emergency move for so long, I treat it as a bonus to just burn. So we want to use the Hammer Fist before we move, so we're dealing more damage, because otherwise we just lose the combo. So now, we've got 1 momentum left, so we need to emergency move, so that we can head smash him against the wall. Okay, but that used up all our combo. But we're doing okay. Ah, the new guy's coming in right next to us. So let's see how they reposition. And you'll see they also move in the order that they're positioned. So we got another new enemy who's acting first. Gains 5 block at the start of each turn. Since block typically goes away between turns, he basically starts every turn with a shield. So that's annoying. Now we do have our throw here ready to go. Ooh, if I could push him back a space... Oh yeah, then he would get shot from the back. So that would just be nasty. Yeah, this sounds pretty nasty. So we'll front kick him back. Now he's activated her attack because he's entered her attack targets. Let's do a long strike on him. Let's see. Oh, it's 3 times 10. I thought I was doing slightly more damage. So she won't kill him, but she's going to knock him back forward. If she was going first, he would then get to attack us, but he's going to waste his attack, and then she'll push him back, and he won't get a strike in on us. Let's see, what else could we do? We can shift back 1 and just throw him to the ground. That sounds good, because that doesn't cost us anything. So we're only going to deal 1 point of health damage past the shield. But now, let's see if he still regains his shield if he's knocked down at the start of his turn. So, okay. Now he stood up. I still got the shield back. Okay, now we're kind of trapped in a corner, unless we've got slip or push. So right now, what's the best combo of ways to do this? Ooh. So, if we slipped over to there, I think they would both turn to face us. That would trigger her starting to attack, but they would all still get their attacks in first, and we don't have enough block plus counter to take all 3 of these attacks. Now we could simply stay put right where we are and just counter both of them. That would do some decent damage. It would be better than doing a push against either of them. So maybe that's the play this time. If we use the slip, then we're just going to get hit by 16, 26, plus the push damage back into him. That's way more than what we're going to be able to block. Okay, so counter it up. 8 plus 8 is not getting through our 18, so come at us. There we go. Ooh, splayed out there. Now, she's attacking both of us up against the wall here. This is when I would want the slip. Okay, she also has 50 hit points. She's, I guess, a mini-boss here. But the damage she's going to do is basically 14 because it's also doing the push. Not quite enough to get rid of him. I have both the push and the front kick. And a quick kick. I could just kick everyone all out of this place. So the ordering of things, very important. I could front kick. If I quick kicked, then front kicked, I could push her back a space, then I would move a space and push her back another space. So we would be safe, and we'd get a couple attacks in on her. The push, as long as we move at all, we're out of his attack range. But I want to focus in those attacks on her. So quick strike, quick kick, then front kick. We might as well push him just to gain an extra point to combo before we start pushing someone out of range. So out of there. You're not going to get hit by her attack anyway. Quick kick. And now front kick. Because we get to move, and we still push her away. Okay. Taking down her health a little bit. He's still fine. And no one attacking us. And we're back up together again. I didn't get my slip back, but I do have the shift. I could zoom around and just hit her from behind. Yeah, if I used the front kick, that would actually be counter what we'd really want right now. I guess if I shifted past him and front kicked him, she would finish him off. That's not a bad idea. Just shift past, we're out of range, kick him. So we would do 6 damage, he'd be at 11, he wouldn't 100% knock him out. So we're gonna slip behind. Let's just hit him with the long strike to weaken him. And then go have fun with her. Okay. We'll save our combo finisher so we can preserve the combo. And now that Hammer Fist is looking pretty nice. Ooh. We've got the throw too, so we could Hammer Fist. We just deal our attack. And I would not like to get shot here. So I just take you down. No attack incoming. We preserve our max combo. And she just has to spend her turn standing back up. That's why throw can be really, really nice. Now that she's down to 14, we've got a pretty effective quick strike and front kick for the win. Onto the pool table. Yep. Yeah, the replays are fun. So I think I might do some creative editing where the main one, where we're doing all the card selection, we'll just watch it as we play it. But then I'll cut together a different one that's just the replays. It'll be interesting. Have the same recording, just 2 different outputs of different parts. Could be fun. I'll start that with the next one. I think I'll have to do some more creative start and stop recordings to make that easier for myself. But for now, let's just watch it go. Hey. Ooh, upgraded card. Nice. And extra bonus. So this time we just get a card. Oh man, upgraded grapple. Nice. It's a grapple with no cost to it. The same reason slip is awesome, grapple plus is super awesome. Yeah, the no cost jolt too, just increase your combo by 4 is great. If you're playing a lot of like combo finishers that are bringing it back down below your max again, this can just let you use finishers much more effectively, like they'll be more powerful and you can use them more often. The grapple plus, oof. So now we've got our first event. An entirely random scenario will be presented to us. We can select from a different set of options. Some of them have options that are only unlocked if you have a certain amount of money, or maybe you can like sacrifice health for some kind of benefit. Who knows? They're pretty interesting. But I also want to keep going to the gym so I can remove cards that I didn't like from our starting balanced set. But this is also an event plus a fight. Oh, but this one has 2 rewards possible. I was already leaning towards gym, but we'll find some events. But I believe that increases your maximum combo, that reward in the middle there. And I can't bypass that. That's one of my favorite things that just makes you better. New bathroom light. Oh, new enemy. Two new enemies. Uh-oh. Okay. So, this goon with the tire iron, if target has no block, they receive a random injury card. So, minor injuries versus long-term injuries. Minor injuries, like what he would give you, is just a card that's like, it's a red card that goes into your deck, and it, number one, takes the place of a good card, but also some of the injuries can do negative things to you, like reduce your momentum by one for the turn, or each time you play a card, you take one damage. Just bad stuff. You don't want injuries. So he does one of two things. If you're next to him, he deals damage and does a push, or he advances. So he's basically like the front kick. He just does a. Oh no, I was looking at front kick. Sorry. There we go. Uh, range 1 or 2, deal 6 damage. This guy, yeah, this guy is a lot more threatening. These security guard guys. Let's take a look around. Oh, there's a stall in the middle there. So they've got like a little pocket chain, their glasses, and their security walkie-talkie, but they have auto attack. And what that does is the first time somebody comes into their attack range or just does something while you're in that spot right in front of him, he automatically attacks. It's not a strong attack, it's 4 damage and a push, but he gets that automatically. So it's a real nasty thing if you're like if you move in front of him, he just pushes you around. So security guys are real annoying. I could simply throw him to disable that. If I front kicked him out of the way, I could say long strike him. Oof. Yeah, it's like what's the best combo of things? I think I can remove this guy entirely. Oh, get an enemy killed by an enemy. That's the kind of thing that's just fun to do. So if I front kicked and long striked this guy, that would be 10 plus, so 16 damage. He would be almost dead, a prime target for getting killed by an auto-attacking friend. And that would take up 2 of my momentum. I'd have the throw left. But okay, I could throw this guy, just remove him for a turn. I don't want to deal with you just yet. So I can then, with my free momentum, front kick him. Ah. Now just give him a quick little punch here. He's almost dead. But now I'm just going to move 1 step to the side. And so I'm not getting attacked. He's hurting. We're going to get a new guy here. Biker, huh? Okay. Now he just turns. He's not in the right spot for what I want. Oh, actually, this works perfectly. I'm going to grapple him. Guess what? He's in my way. Push. And someone was killed by an enemy. Haha. I love grapple. And he's facing away. So I could quick kick him, hammer fist, and combo finisher. And yeah, I mean, just finish off the most annoying guy. Yes, please. Combo finisher. Alright. And the last guy's going to spawn in there, so he'll be in one of those 2 spots at the start of next turn. 1 guy to focus on, and then we can figure out what he's going to be. Yeah, we don't know which enemy type is going to come back in. Ooh, 4 more turns to get rid of these 2, huh? 23 versus 25, but his stuff comes back. Let's see, he's not in front of that door, unfortunately. But I could, if I pushed him, then front kicked, he would take the damage from being up against the wall. I could do that and then dash back out of the way. Get over there. Front kick, take some wall damage. Extra quick kick. I'm not going to be able to finish him. I could just... No, he's dealing 8 damage. The quick block is not enough. You have to upgrade the block. I mean, the advantage of quick block is it doesn't take momentum. Yay, but I'd rather have a different card that could do damage right now and finish him off than this quick block. So I'm going to step one to the side. Maybe he'll step right there. Depends on how smart they're going to be. Not that smart. There are a few rare cards, like there's a split kick where you just jump up and kick to both sides. There's a lot of fun cards that are part of this game. But yeah, I can just front kick him out. Forget your shield, it's not going to matter. Yeah, long strike won't matter. Yeah, I've still got the emergency move, so I can get out of the range of this last guy if I need to. Out you go. Doesn't matter how much health you had. The doorway is lava. Okay. Let's see, I'm not going to be able to head smash him, but I've got the counter, which will take all of his stuff and deal damage. So that's our defensive move. And let's just hit him a little bit. We can just stand here and take what he's got coming in. More damage. Okay. We have 2 turns left to finish him. Combo finisher will just handle it right now. I don't know if there's a bonus for, like, overkill. But all else being equal, and I know I'm going to kill him, do it that way. Okay, new card. Maximum combo increased to 12. Haha. Ooh. Add 4 block for each adjacent wall, edge, or object. That's a new one to me. If I could see what the upgraded version of it was, maybe I'd consider it. But as it is, that's not exciting. Oh, slip. I mean, bingo. Panic Dash. Move up to 3 spaces, but you discard a random card. This is a really good card for the last one you play at the end of your turn, because then you don't care what you're discarding. And you can just get out of there with 0. So it's not bad, but having randomness when you're trying to plan out like 6 steps in advance on your turn, it's a tough thing. Whereas Slip, you've seen how its upgraded version is just amazing. Although, I don't think we'll be able to afford that at the moment. You also don't have to select a card. Oh, Shove. Shove is also so good. Hammer Fist, so good. Focus, yeah. But yeah, what was the thing I really wanted to get rid of? I got rid of the number 1 thing, which was the step card. Until I did just get a slip, so maybe I could replace it with a dash. The quick block, it does so little block that it's basically useless. And yeah, getting rid of that is just as good as getting a good card. But yeah, Shove, push somebody to the left or the right, doesn't cost anything. Not only does this prevent somebody from hitting you without putting yourself in risk, for something like that security guard that we had, you could just shove him to the right, he pushes his enemy, like out a door even. This messes with the enemy AI so much, it's just incredibly valuable. Okay, so we got a good card at the cost of a bad card. Jukebox Bar. What do we got here? Ooh, another new enemy. Another mini-boss type guy. So 4 enemies. This is a tough one to complete within 8 turns, because he gets 9 block at the start of each turn. He takes a while to knock down, unless you can push him out the door. So you can try to lure him to the door and then use a push or a grapple. That's usually pretty effective. So it's a time pressure, no other things. What's the best thing here? If I moved up next to him, I could push him long strike. At most I could do 10 damage, that's not enough for him. If I used the emergency move and then slipped there, I could push him long strike. The push wouldn't do damage, but the long strike would do 6. He would do 8 damage there. His shot against the welder guy would not really do very much, though. Yeah, not terrible. I'm pretty sure... You know what? Not all of them automatically turn to face you. Maybe that's a specific group of enemies that I'm remembering wrong. I mean, if I pushed him here, that would be pushing him slightly towards the door, but he can charge up to 3 tiles to deal 10 damage. He just runs at you. Oof, tough. Let me think about this for a moment. Alright, we're going to test something. I'm going to use the slip to move around him, and I'm going to see if he turns to face us. No. Okay, that's only some enemies that automatically turn. Like, some of them automatically attack. That was just important to know. It did slightly unoptimize the rest of my turn. I think I'm going to use just the emergency move just to move there, and then I'm going to push that guy towards the door, maybe long strike the ranged guy. Because now I'm not in the best position. Actually, you know what? Let's go towards the door. That's by far the easiest way to get rid of this guy. Push. Long strike. It was a bit of the waste of the emergency move, but we now know something for the future. Oh. Oh. Well, you blocked your own friend. Funny quirks of the AI, so now he's not going to see him. Let's see. If I quick kicked him into there, that'd be 8 damage. I can't head smash him into his friend, though. Oh, this guy's heavy. He's the guy who you can't use the throw maneuver against. He's too big to be thrown. Let's see. If I somehow shifted out of the way and pushed one of these other ones, it's still not quite enough. But I can still quick kick, hammer fist, and then sidestep, and be relatively safe. And just be doing damage to this handgun guy. Nobody in the right spot for this. I can't move back. He can still hit me at range. I could shift behind him and sort of force them to. Hey, yeah, that works. Don't mind me. Now I'm sort of protected by the edge of the bar. So he has to run further around. They sort of stack up. Now, if I had a shift card, I could get behind him and maybe just front kick him out the door. He still has 19 hit points. I do have a front kick. Let's see. He deals 10 damage at the end of his charge. If I slipped there, front kicked him, he would get hit by... Oh, I can double front kick? Ooh. So that'd be like a little conga line of kicking this guy. But I've only got the one move now. Well, you know what? It'll be funny. And that is enough reason to do things this way sometimes. Front kick. He wouldn't get killed by his friend, though. Out of the level. Okay, so we're safe. Now, how are they going to move? Fresh biker. He's getting closer to the door, and he keeps getting in his friend's way. Oh, grapple. Grapple! But he's not in the right spot. We have a shove and a grapple. Man. Well, you know what you can do? Oof. Okay, this is a complicated setup here. If I threw this guy to the ground, it would just knock him out. I could shift one there. No, I'm going to need a slip for this maneuver. Okay, if he's down, I dash to there, I shove him there, I shift, and then I grapple him out of the level. Okay, let's see if this works. First, he's down. Fun fact, if somebody's down but still alive, you can stand on top of them, but every time they try to get up, it's basically like like knocking somebody into somebody. Both the person standing on top and the person who is down take like 4 damage or something. It's okay, because I need the grapple to change his direction. So now we shift to there and grapple. Hey, grapple. Isn't the grapple working? Grapple him. He can't be downed, yeah. Move target to any adjacent tile. You can absolutely... Is it not going to let me grapple him out of the... This should absolutely work. Maybe it's saying I have to have like a space behind him. Let's see if I click there. Oh yeah, I 100% should have been able to grapple him out of the board. But I guess that doesn't count as a tile for the purposes, so that really sucks. Man. Now, can I make him charge up to 3 tiles out the window? That's another thing we could try. Quick kick, I can move somebody forward 1 space, but that's not enough to get fully out of there. I'm really upset by that. That 100% should have, I should have been able to grapple him out. So, I guess you can grapple someone next to a door and then kick them out if you've got a push. But, okay, grapple does not allow you to place someone into a space outside. I guess that's just another thing I've learned. Okay. Quick strike. I'll just assume I have to kill him and that he's not going to take himself out. And yeah, combo finisher. Just gotta make all that stuff work. Yeah, he did not continue his attack charge out of the doorway. Okay, he's got his 9 again. Push, not effective against him. I don't have a movement card. That's troubling. I can tank his attack with a block. And I can still push him front kick. Maybe not the long strike. But just start working up that combo again. Let's see, do I have 2 left? Okay, I can long strike and then block. Yeah, he's got so many hit points. Okay, we're safe. For a turn. He's down to 12. I have 1 front kick, but not enough to Sparta him out this door. If I shift past, I can front kick him into the dangerous spot and make sure he's gone. Oof. But yeah, I've got the combo finisher right now. I feel like I need to use that to take care of the big guy. Oof. 21 hit points. Can I do that? Let's see. Slip, that would take one of my combo away. But if I front kick hammer fisted, between the two of those, that'd be 14. I mean, the combo finisher would finish him off. I would just need to take care of him in 1 turn. Could I front kick him away? Yeah, he only hits adjacent. So if I deal 8 plus 16, yeah, I can take care of him with the other ones. So front kick you. Deal a little bit of damage, get some space. Okay, the finisher finishes him. And now at least we've reduced his health a tiny bit. Let's see, if I move back towards the door one, we're pulling him towards us. Gives us more options for maybe shoving him out the door. Ah, I've got quick kick and push, but he is not really in range. I'm going to miss this objective, unfortunately. I slip to one side. I've only got 1 movement here. I can slip, quick strike, quick kick, but I cannot finish him off with the push against a wall. Not gonna work. Well, if you don't need to move, don't move. I didn't quite get him. Yeah, if I hadn't wasted a turn, I might have gotten him here. Okay. Well, get a long strike, a counter. Counter will finish him off. Missed it by 1. Okay. Oh, we still get an upgraded card. Ooh. Yeah, Panic Dash doesn't have an upgrade. Vault is a movement of 2, but you can move over a 1-tile obstacle like a table. And it's a fun thing that also gives you, yeah, momentum and combo. So it kind of encourages you to jump back and forth over tables. Stun Dart, very good. If the target doesn't have block left, when you hit them with this, they get stunned for a turn. And there are absolutely enemies that this is critical against, but you can't hit somebody who's directly next to you, which is a critical problem. We need more movement cards. And it's a different one, so you have different options you could get lucky with. Now we've got a big option here Repair Bay, we don't need the health. The middle reward there is like recover, I don't know, 4 or 8 health if you complete whatever objective that would be. This one, that middle one, is increase maximum health, which would be awesome. This one's also increased maximum health, but then it takes you straight to the boss fight. Whereas if we go up to the top here, we could go through 2 events, which we have no idea what they would be, and then we would go to either the gym or the medical, but we have no money right now. So unless those events got us money, we couldn't do anything at the gym or the medical. So I guess the better choice is to go through the 2 fights and go straight to the boss, because if we needed health, that would just take us straight through the medical path, but we've been okay. We've been playing it safe. So, Dumpster Alley. Okay, fight. Uh-oh, ninjas. These guys are part of a different gang. Oftentimes, you'll just have like one out of place. You get ambushed by one of the other gangs. Interesting. So all of the walls are blocked. There are no doorways out of this one. And we've got ninjas. So these are like the basic guys from, say, stage 3. So they have like a flying kick thing. Deal 12 damage up to 3 tiles away. They also have a lot of health relative to these guys. That's how you can tell they're from a later stage. But since they do that damage up to 3 tiles away, if I simply step back, these guys are going to kick each other. So that's a reason for me not to simply throw one of the 2 of them. I could front kick him, do some decent damage. Oh, I could front kick him twice. And then if I just slipped one and then threw him to the ground, they would all just knock each other around. Okay, you know what? Let's really mess with this guy against the dumpster. He's going to have a bad day here. Oh, he's going first. Well, that'll be fine. Front kick. And front kick. Okay, our last momentum. We're just going to step over here. And not this turn. Just take a little breather. And now, hi-ya! Ninja number 1 down, but a 4th ninja has appeared. Okay, now they're both facing us. None of them are strictly facing each other, unless I use something like a grapple. Haha. Oof, head smash, quick kick. Because they have such a long range attack, quick kick isn't as effective here. Let's see, I do have my vault to get out of the way. Since it's upgraded, it's 0 cost too. So let's grapple him so that now that guy wants to hit him. So he's going to take 12 damage from that. And I can quick kick him. I've still got 2 momentum, so I can use either the head smash or the long strike and then vault back. I could use both. But if I use both, then they're not hitting their own friends. Well, I could long strike him. The extra overflow isn't wasted. And what's his health? Yeah, 24. So head smash him. I'm not going to eliminate him. Oh, I forgot he turns to face towards me. Thankfully, that guy's moving first, so he'll be dead before he gets to make the attack. Just step back a space, and watch it go. Aha! He doesn't attack me after all. Naruto running there. Okay, so we got a 20 and a 32 left. I can't really make them hit each other from this spot. Not even with the shove. So I could... Yeah, block... Even a regular block isn't enough for these guys. They're fairly tough. But I can still hammer fist, get a little bit of damage started, and I can just shove him to the side so I'm not getting attacked. Block so it's not lost, I guess? Okay, now they're a little bit closer. If I could, like, swap positions with him, he'd get attacked. But I've got a counter... See, now Quick Strike just isn't enough here. Maybe I'd want to take just 2 damage? I think you get some healing at the end of a boss fight, and that's coming up. So I could say move... Oh, yeah. Okay, he's going first. So if I step there, he'll come and attack me, and then he'll get attacked by the second guy. Okay. Let's not waste that, though. So we'll move just 1 space. I don't mind taking 4 points of damage here. And then he attacks. Counter. And he gets hit. Yep, order of operations, incredibly important in this game. Now they're both fairly wounded. What can I do for 6 damage? I can just knock him straight out. And I could move up and head smash him, I think. And... okay, we gotta watch the replay on this one. And... ninjas. Oh, it's... okay, there we go. It's such a tight space, I was wondering if the camera could handle it. Under the dumpster, footwork, nice. They've definitely improved the dynamic camera since the early days of the game. Looks a lot nicer. Bonk, 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 and boop. And there we go. Okay, so, hey, we got 2 max health. Almost makes up for having lost a couple of health. Ooh. So there's the other spin kick. We've seen, I think, right spin kick before, so this one moves them left. Overdrive. No combo cap for the next 2 turns. That's nice if you're, like, mega into the hammer fist stuff and you've got, like, jolts like crazy. You can just make one really awesome turn. Bob and Weave is a very good card. It's one of the later added ones because it introduces the concept of dodge, which is so nice. So this, it costs 2, you only move 1 tile. That part of it doesn't sound so good. But having a dodge allows you to just not get hit by 1 attack. No matter what the heck it was, it just doesn't hit you. I think there are very few attacks that, like, can't be dodged. So that's another very, very good movement card. I'm going to want to upgrade that, and that's going to be an expensive upgrade, but it's good. And here's another health upgrade. Very tight quarters. More of this washroom is taken up. So it's... ooh, and we got multiple security guards in here, too. If I used the throw on one of them, the other one would push me. Although notably, the auto attack doesn't get rid of their normal attack. So if, for example, I threw this guy down, he would push... Nah. What I was thinking wouldn't happen. But yeah, whichever one of them I attack, the other one is going to get to do something. So I want to use something sneaky like this slip to slip out of his way. And now I can front kick him. And then he shoves his friend into a wall, dealing bonus damage. Now I could either long strike him where he stands, or I could shift him and then throw him to the ground. I think that's the better move, just so that... oh right, he faces me anyway. I forgot about that. I was hoping he was going to get back up and still be facing away. Now we're kind of going to get boxed in again. Because he stands up, facing us, he comes and turns, and he's facing the spot behind us. So we need a clever move to get out of the way here, and we don't have one. We have the emergency move, which is now probably the most valuable it's been. What I really want is a slip or something, maybe a shift to get behind him. Yeah, if I did a grapple, I would just get shoved into the guy I grappled. Now, if I do the counter first, counter isn't something that they react to. So now I've got protection from one of their attacks. So if I grappled this guy over to here so that he'd get attacked by his friend, I'm going to get shoved over to there, but I'm okay with that. I wonder if I just, like, head smashed one of them, which one of them would hit me first? Looks like this guy, which honestly isn't something I'd want. If I was shoved there, I think I'd be okay with it. If I use quick kick, yeah, deal some damage, get pushed out to there, then what do I do? I could front kick and then grapple him to a useless spot? Oof. Yeah, I think what I want... Okay, we're going to grapple him over to there. We're going to get shoved. That's okay, we didn't take the damage. Now he's in line to get hit by him. Injury doesn't mean anything for our enemies. But now I could front kick this guy. So I'll move forward, but I don't stay in front of him. He only gets one auto attack. It's already gone at this point. So that's a safe attack. Now, if I head smashed him, he would face back against us and he would push us away, dealing some damage. So we don't want to do that. And quick kick, he's going to do more damage to him than I will if I simply kick him away. So let's end right here. We didn't take damage. We dealt some decent damage. Oh, this guy got in front of him. That's made our life a little bit easier. Yep, bob and weave. Not a lot of actual attacks here, though. If I do a little bit of shoving, he's going to shove his friend. Dealt a little bit of damage. I just don't have attacks this turn, unfortunately. If I did a bob and weave, I could... Let's see, I can't remember if the dodge goes away at the end of the turn. We want to get a whole bunch of combo here, too. So all this movement is kind of messing with that objective. But if I push him there, he's going to push the other security guard into the sink again. I think that's worth it. So let's use the expensive one, because I don't have other stuff to spend it on right now. His auto attack's gone, so he's not going to do it twice, but this is still not bad. Let's see, they're probably going to surround me next turn, though. That's fine. Hey, extra damage. He sidesteps. Okay. Oh, he didn't block that guy. Interesting. So I've got an auto attack coming in on me. The block would help a little bit. I would need to use the combo finisher to actually finish him 100% off. I could dash to the side once, but I couldn't attack him from the side. Yeah, I'm only going to get one of these attacks off, unfortunately. Unless I use the emergency move. I guess it's time for the emergency move. Okay. Quick strike and hammer fist. Okay. Yeah, we still need to get a lot more combo here. At least we don't have a time limit, so as long as we're being careful here. And there's an extra enemy still to come. Okay, now he's low enough I can kick him and not have to suffer from the counterattack. Notably, if you get pushed and you're not next to them, you can't use the basic counter anymore anyway. He's gone. Okay, the dodge did not persist past the turn. I think you could dodge an auto attack too. Like if I moved there, I could front kick him there. But I think what I want to do... Yeah, because he's... no, the front kick. The front kick... because I would not be able to counterattack him if he's too away from me. Well, you know what? I think it'll still work. Oh no, I can't do both counter and bob and weave. I have to shift and then just use the front kick. More dangerous guy is this one. Now I can take him out with a basic attack next turn. Yep, no head smash. I need to reach 8 combo. So I got 2 facing me. Well, the quick kick will eliminate the first one. Ooh, I could also just throw him and then save the quick kick and more damage for the other guy. Yeah. Throw down. Ooh, his head went through the sink. Kick. And hammer fist. Ooh, he's even gone. I don't have to spend a momentum on using the slip. Excellent. Oh, you've gone to the wrong spot, my friend. I feel like at some point... Oh, hey, we're in the ladies' room this time. You could Like if you hit the door a couple of times, it would start to take damage and they would, like the door would open and they would die falling into the toilet. I'm not sure if that was ever actually a thing or I just wish it was a thing. But now that we've reached the combo, we can use the finisher. And he's out. Hey, got all the objectives. Nice. Extra max health. It's like we never lost health at all. Oof, delayed gratification. If you can't spend all of your momentum, this gets you extra for the next turn, especially when it's upgraded and it's like gain 3 momentum next turn. That can be nice, especially if you're using like just slip out of the way because you don't have great cards at the moment. Front kick is good, but I don't want to overload them. Tackle is kind of like throw, but you're moving forward a space, you like pick them up and then throw them down into the space behind them. So it gives you a knockdown, it gives you movement, and it gives you some extra damage. It's a good attack, but it's useless against heavy guys. The same problem that throw has. Still, it's a good card. We're just sort of trying to show off the different options this run. Now, we got the boss fight. So we're going to have a special enemy here. This guy. He's the biker gang leader. So what does he do? He's the boss of the Death's Head biker gang. He deals 16 damage up to 2 tiles away. So, big attack. Let's see, and he will turn to face the player. That's something I was thinking that a lot of them did. I just worry about that because it's such a big deal. Let's see, there are no doors open on this one to take care of him too easily. Hey, I could vault over some of these tables, get some momentum and combo. We also have 2 gunmen in here. Now if I like moved forward a space, so if I say front kicked, deal some extra damage to him. Also, we only have to defeat the boss. We don't have to defeat the other guys, and I don't think that we get any bonuses for doing it. So really we should think of these guys as extra sources of damage for the boss when we do things like this. Yep, he turns to face us if we move, but as long as we don't like move again, he won't get to trigger that. So now I can quick kick him in the back, knock into that table for some extra damage, and then hammer fist now that the combo's gone up a little bit more. And guess who's facing him now? Yeah, he takes his own guy's shot. Half his health in 1 round. Not bad. But now he's facing us again, and so are the bullets. That said, we do have shoves in place. He acts first, though. Like, I could tackle this guy. Yeah. We'll start with the front kick, since he's standing right there again. Now the shift, I could shift behind him and shove him so that he shoots the boss. That's not a bad, Really, I don't have many other attacks in place here, so let's do that. Yep. Yeah, if we were in a line from him, he would turn to face us. But guess what? Someone else is turning to face you. And since I've got the tackle, let's show off against this guy who's... Right, he turned to face us. That's okay. We move to space, he's down on the ground. And bang. He just gets up. They're facing us again. Now the gunmen are facing each other. He's down to 14 health, and we've got a combo finisher set up perfectly for this. And... that was an optimal boss fight there. We got, yeah, only 3 turns. Alright. So, we get... that's not max health, that's just healing. So we covered some stuff. And new enhancement. Enhancements are awesome things that are just in play for the rest of the game, basically. So we could either choose from 4 cards instead of 3 at the end of each fight. We could just have +2 to every attack for the rest of the game. Like we would start with a +2 strength modifier. Or card draw. Oh, card draw, so critical. Like, you would draw 6 cards instead of 5? This is ludicrously valuable. Okay. Good work. You've disrupted a large part of the Death's Head infrastructure. There's nothing. What's next? Well, take a look. So, the Insiders. Okay, a loosely connected set of gangs. The range of activities and scope of relationships within the prison system is too great to not constitute a single powerful entity with members seeking specific sentences in specific territories, just to convey orders from the group's powerful kingpins. We're going to jail. We need you to go undercover in a high-security prison. Orange isn't my color. Don't worry, we're sending you in as a lawyer. What you do after that is up to you. We need you to get inside and break down their lines of communication. All right. So, we're starting off in a prison transport, but then we've got, the prison kitchen, some balcony railways, this big canteen level. It's fairly randomized what you're going to get. Yeah, courtyard, whole bunch of stuff. And then the boss fight, enhanced targets with the boss. Okay. So I do still want to try to reach the gym so I can upgrade cards. Let's see. Oh, this one would increase our max health even further. That might be a reason to go that way for once. Extra objectives in the kitchen? If we can make it. Let's see if we get these bonuses first. Okay. Oh, prison transport is open, though. We got a door. And new types of enemies. Yep. So we can stand on that first step, but after that, it's instant death. The new enemies, the basic prisoners. They get +1 damage modifier every turn. They're just constantly getting stronger. So their damage is 10, next turn it'll be 11, then 12, and so forth. This guy has a knife. So he ignores block. We haven't been using a ton of block, but if we use the counter, he would just stab straight through that shield. And we're kind of stuck in place. We could use the slip to jump out from between all of them. I don't really have a good... not a good way to make them attack each other, unfortunately. I think the simplest way would just be move forward with the tackle, make them sort of get in front of the door. But yeah, this is a bit too movement heavy here. And if I stay put for the counter to work, I would get hit by a guy who ignores it. So let's just tackle forward. And now we're out of the way of some attacks. If I had one extra movement, I could bob and weave and then counter, because then I would dodge the knife attack. But I couldn't do both of those at the beginning of the turn. So this is an example where that bank of momentum to have more next turn would have been useful. Okay, now they're kind of looking at as funny. I've got an attack of 13 here. Got the throw. I could simply put him to the ground and finish off the other one. Or vice versa. If I throw, I could quick strike, hammer fist, then head smash for a total of, 14, 27. So yeah, that works. Let's get rid of the most dangerous guy, the guy with that knife. Bonk. Bonk. And I could either head smash or combo finisher. Both are going to get rid of the combo, but one of them actually leaves me 1 momentum. Not that it would actually be useful right now. But I could potentially, like if I moved next to him, I could head smash him, but that would turn him towards me and I would take a hit. I'm just going to stay put. We got a fresh reinforcement, somehow coming in from the roof. Next turn, I guess. I've got a front kick. I could push him to block that reinforcement. Oh, I've got grapple, front kick, or grapple, push, front kick. Thank you. Goodbye, guy with lots of health. If I front kick, that's going to move me that way. Oh, but then I could dash and front kick that way. Bonk. Get off my truck. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, I can dash and then front kick because the wall damage will finish him off. We got one fresh guy coming in next turn. Oh. He might be new since I last played. A brawler. Deals 15 damage and pushes. So unlike the security guards, who had an auto attack but low damage, he just has a strong attack with his push. Oof. But he's waiting for us to come in to his range. Let's see. Yeah, I can attack him. I don't need to waste the emergency move. So, quick kick. Yeah. And shove. We can shove someone into a wall. That deals damage. And the hammer fist won't quite finish him off. He's got one left. But that's fine. Yep. And, right, we can't tackle him because there's no space behind him for that to work. Let's just combo finisher here. I could kill him with a push. Alright. Good first fight. Still getting all that bonus money. Bank your combo, huh? Ah, so you can turn your combo into basically bonus damage for one turn. But that says clear damage modifier at the start of the next turn. If that was... Man, I don't really want any of these cards. You can skip one. I wish I could see the upgraded version of the cards. I know the upgraded vault would be pretty good. I think that just increases damage for that one. If this was like, don't clear damage modifier on the upgraded version, then it would be busted. Because you could convert that combo into something amazing. But I don't know how this upgrades, unfortunately. See if I right-click on it? No. Yeah, typically clicking on it just gives us... Do I have the compendium? Options? No. Ooh. I think if I went to the main menu, I could check out the compendium for bank damage. We can just come right back into where we were. Like special. Yeah, bank combo. So the +1. Oh, retain damage modifier for one turn. It would still be busted. You also keep more of it. But at least that way, you have some of the momentum left for the next turn. Okay, now let's go right back to where we were. Oh, did I lose it? Well, I wanted to go to the gym, I think. Oh, okay, well I lost that card pick. Good to know that as well. Oh, he's got a gun. Okay, we've got a shotgun prisoner. He stole some riot gear, it looks like. So he gets block at the start of every turn, but he also has a ranged pushing damage. I guess it's a beanbag shotgun or something. It's, well, no, the bikers had real guns too, so I guess it's not as lethal as a gun would normally be. So we've got open doors at the end of each side. There's only one front kick, so we're not getting them out of here today. And if I moved a single spot, I would get shotgun blasted. I could dash 2. I could shift past somebody, front kick him into his friend, and then the friend would push him back. That seems good. I'm not sure I want to actually... Actually, you know what? There's no time limit on this one. So I don't mind being in front of that door, though it is dangerous. We'll just bank up some combo here. Push him that way. And now he's got 14 health. His friend should finish him off. Okay. Yeah, he just... Oh. Did he spawn in somewhere else? Okay, well, currently he's blocking, but we're also in danger of getting shoved out of the level. So we absolutely have to move from that. Even though he looks big, he doesn't count as a heavy enemy. So we could use the tackle on him, or quick kick him. Like we could quick kick, then front kick him. We could push him, quick kick and front kick him, then shove him. Actually, yeah, shove is really nice. If only I could... If I had a shift, I could shove him out that door. Like I said, there's another spot that we could push guys if you get them in just the right spot. But I just don't see it. If I tackled him, I would be in that spot. I could vault over to here, quick kick and front kick. That sounds good. Okay, just get out of my way for a second there. So if I did the vault, I'll lose a lot of my combo, but I still have enough stuff that I could just shove him a little bit. The front kick would finish him off, but since I've got the shove and the push, I mean, just deal some damage to him, and you may as well push just for the extra combo. Every one of those things gives you a point of combo. And now, let's Sparta kick him off the railing. Actually, Sparta Kick is a card. Hey, we got the secondary objective now. And we got the combo to use. Fresh set of enemies. This guy's been powering up already, though. We got a head smash prepared. Throw, long strike, counter. Long strike, hammer fist. He would overwhelm our counter right now. I think head smash is fine. We can spend the combo on this. Otherwise, that wouldn't knock him out. Their slowly increasing health is getting beyond the ability of our cards to knock them out. Okay, let them come to us. Ooh, a grapple. I can push someone into the pushing over the edge spot. Although our friend is not going to get to where we need him to be. That at least makes him not shoving us towards the edge. Let's see, quick strike, get the guy who's got more health. And now if I simply slip past him, yeah, I may as well just bob and weave back a space. Yeah. Well, we're in a safer position than they are. Hey, quick kick, front kick again. Awesome. And I can still shove him straight into the wall. So I know with those two, no matter how much health he has, he would be dead. So let's use that hammer fist on this guy. And another guy's going over the edge. Move and kick. Okay, one enemy left. He's pretty hurt. A tackle would get him, but I need to move twice. Oh, that's fine. I'm not going to need the emergency move after this point. So, down you go. Alright. New card and some combo. Ooh, Flip. Flip is just a neat card. So, it's kind of like Vault, except it can be over enemies, or really just an empty tile. You just jump completely over one spot and end up 2 spaces away. It's a little bit like a shift, but completely ignoring what's... So I guess it's like combining a shift and a vault. But it only moves 2 spaces away. You don't have the option of only moving 1 space if you're like up against a wall. But it's just a cool card. So we've got 120 we can spend this time. Ooh, Choke Slam. Nice. So you have to have 4 combo to be able to use it. It doesn't consume the combo, though, which is awesome. So it's like a better throw. So do I want to start getting my upgrades on? What does the upgrade of this look like? A free flip. I need to start doing more damage is my biggest problem. So getting that hammer fist, just getting that upgrade in, I think is the most important thing. Okay. What else have we? We got the canteen coming up. Looks like the levels might be getting a bit longer too. But in we go, in we go. Oh, new enemy. He's big. So this guy, oh, has some special abilities. He counters incoming attacks within 1 tile. So he basically pushes you back after you attack him. So ranged attacks are better. He's also got a bunch of hit points. Is he directly in front of a door? No, he's not. That would have been too easy. But this guy, will shoot him if we get out of the way. And if I can pull him towards that door, that would be an easier way to kill him than just punching him. So I can just quick strike hammer fist and then sidestep. That's probably my best quick set of attacks here. Hey, stop hitting me. And then... Whoop. Yeah, I won't kill him, but he'll be real low. But man, 6 enemies? Is that what that set up in the corner? Another new enemy. Yeah, defeat 6 enemies. It was a total of 7 turns. This is a tough challenge here. Oh, but they made it work. Okay, they gave me grapple, quick kick, and front kick, which is what I need. Now, this other new guy, he's also got, like, the stolen riot gear, but he's got a baton on him, and he gets an auto attack. So kind of like that security guard would have his push, this guy will just hit you with the baton once a turn. Doesn't have a strong attack, but he also gets block at the start of every turn, thanks to that riot gear he's got. Oof. Okay, well let's do the critical thing first. You get over to that door. So I want to end with the front kick. That's going to take 1, but I can still shove him just to, it was enough damage to completely eliminate him. And now, front kick out the door. And despite all of his special abilities, he's no match for an open doorway. But I don't have enough left. If I move here, then this guy may protect me from that guy. There's also another one coming in over the table. Yeah, it cost me a point to combo, but I have a feeling he's just going to come straight at me. Yeah, and now he has to come around, as opposed to him like flanking me and then him having a straight shot. Ooh, vault. Well, I can vault over a single obstacle, but not a double. Also, there's a guy in the way. So an auto attacker is currently in my way. Bit of a problem. I can always front kick him, but if I push then front kick, I'll get right up next to him and he'll get his auto attack off on me. Now, if I move to the side, he's not going to auto face me. So now I can do that push and front kick stuff. And he's not going to be able to deal with it. So get that front kick in, goodbye your shield, and now you're going to get pushed a little bit towards that door. I think this is worth spending the combo on. Won't kill him, but the shotgun blast that's up next will. I could still vault. I mean, this is just being a little bit silly, but look, vault, haha. And that gave me some combo, so I'm in a better spot than if I hadn't done any moves at all. Okay, you got 2 knife guys who bypass block. They don't have as much hit points, and I can vault back now. If I've got throw and a tackle, and head smash. But those things don't play nicely with each other. I'm going to throw the first guy. Down you go. Then I'll vault back over to this side. Oh, I've got the flip. But I think what I want to do is slip, head smash. Maybe I can flip over him afterwards. Just to show that thing off. So, head smash first. Onto the table. Yep, he's facing us now. Oof. I could do the tackle. Really, doing the damage is the more important thing. And let's just show off the flip. So yeah, it's 2 spaces, not 1 in any direction, but whee! Jump over anything. Now they all get to stand back up again, but they took some damage. Okay. So, I can grapple him to the far side and just mess him up against that wall. Because I got front kicks and a shove. So, ouch. And ouch. And let's see, I do have a slip. No, I mean, I could shove him over by a space, but it wouldn't do as much as I would. I mean, I'm going to use the shove just to get the point of combo. It doesn't matter if I kill him or the enemy kills him. Okay. Yeah, he's a long way away, though, and I got 2 spaces, and he's going to be walking slowly. And he's on the wrong side of this table. Okay, I think I'm going to have to shift and emergency move just to have a chance at finishing this in time. He's got 14. I can quick strike. and then hammer fist, and this guy's down. But how am I going to reach that last guy in one turn? Okay, well, he's 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces away. I can shift, front kick, long strike, push. That's my best set of things. So I would deal 10 damage, 4 damage, and 6. Yeah, that'll work. Front kick, kick him into the railing, the side of the stairs, it looks like. Push. And long strike knocks him out. We got it. Just barely. Okay, new upgraded card. Nice. Ooh, a follow-up strike. If somebody is stunned, we haven't seen that many cards that actually do it. We had that, we had one that could do it. But unless somebody is stunned, this card is completely useless. But if you have that in your deck, it's 40 damage. It's huge. Oh, weakening strike. If I could just replace the quick strike with this, that's amazing. That's just a permanent -4 to that enemy. This is a great card. Okay, so Prison Transport, extra max combo and extra max health, or an event. Oh, and then the Prison Van behind it's the same thing. These are both really good. Like, I want to show off the events, but I can't skip it. Just can't skip it. Oh, really? Oh, they're shooting shotguns at each other and they're both up against walls. Okay. Let's see. I just have to shift slightly out of the way and they'll just deal some annoying damage to each other. But really, I gotta just make sure I take care of my own business with this guy first. I could use the emergency move. Otherwise, I'm not going to be able to kill this guy. I want enemies to be killed by enemy attacks, and I want to take very, 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 very little damage here. Well, you know what? I can just hammer fist and throw him to the ground. And then he's a prime target for getting killed by one of his friends. I just don't want to move on top of him on that space. Which means my only option is to move into the dangerous spot. Okay. And now... well, yeah, he would simply shotgun me off of the truck and instant kill me. So I cannot let him hit me. Now, the order is important, because if I shoved him to there, I would still be in danger if this guy shot first and then this guy shot me. That could still kill you, and that's definitely something, if the order was reversed, can really surprise some people and just instantly end their run. But I don't really have attacks, I just have a counter, and I don't want to deal with that with this guy. Now this guy attacks first. If I shoved him into that somehow, it would still count as me killing him. It has to be the enemy initiating the attack. So in this case, I'm going to do that shove just so that this guy gets shot by him again. But I would like to get out of this corner. I could shift and then slip, or shift and then slip. I'm not really building up the combo, but I think that's okay. Here we go. Now he's in a prime spot. Now if I had the shove, ooh, well, you know what I do have? I've got the grapple. And it's not a turn limit for one of these things. So I am A-okay just doing that and letting them handle each other. I can't tackle a guy who's in the corner, which means I don't really have a attack card right now. But if I stay where I am, he'll get pushed into me, and I'll take damage. So I have to move at least one space. And that's good for this turn. Oh right, I forgot he was going to stab too. Bonus. Okay, now I just have to finish this without taking a lot of damage. Well, you know what? Somebody's in front of the door. That pretty much immediately calls for a Sparta kick. once we actually get a Sparta Kick card, I'll stop calling that the Sparta Kick. So now he's going to hit him. I think this is worth a move so that I can use the push, quick kick, and quick strike on him. Or rather, the weakening strike. Why not? So his attack goes down from 12 to 8. Yeah, both of these would do 8 damage. This one is just going to do some wall damage. He's not dead, but he's close. Okay, he's come back up to us now. Let's see, he's up against a wall there. So I can head smash him. If I quick kick. But if I slip up next to him, the head smash isn't gonna kill him. That's the biggest problem here. Because he's got the range on me, if I did like block and slip, yeah, I'm gonna move in slightly. I don't have the right set of cards to take him out just right now. But this time, I've got grapple, so I can mess with him a bit. So just face that way. Get closer to that door. And while I'm not going to get out with him, I can still... Oh wait, does that deal damage? No, it's not going to push him. That's his attack that we're seeing. And he didn't turn to face us again as well. I can also shove him into the wall. I wonder... Yeah, it's not going to let me flip out of the truck and die. He's smart enough to know he doesn't want to be in that doorway. But I'm not giving him a choice because I got double front kicks again. Front kicks are typically better in pairs. And out he goes. Alright. Hey, so we got even more max health in combo. Ooh. We have some very different cards now. So, 3-punch combo. Deal 3 damage 3 times. It sounds like, sure, it's 9 damage. But if you have something that increases your strength, like if we had chosen that +2 strength enhancement, this would be deal 5 damage 3 times. So this thing is really affected by any changes to the damage you're able to do. So sometimes this is really good. Also, it's just like strictly better than the quick strike because it's going to boost your combo by 3 whenever you play this. That's really good. Let's see, Feel the Burn. This is a movement that doesn't cost momentum, but it does cost health. I don't recall if block prevents the health loss, like it's like take 5 damage versus lose 5 health. So this could be something really good if you were doing like a block run to essentially get a free movement there. And Flow State. This is a card that you cannot play it on its own, but so long as it's in your hand, all the rest of your cards are cheaper. So this allows you to run with a higher cost deck. And if we look at what we've got here, we've got a whole lot of 1s. So as long as this thing's in your hand, you basically wouldn't spend any momentum. On the plus side, it would basically let us spend our entire hand without having to worry with like maxing out on those 1s, especially since we have the Tactician card. It would allow us to maybe do some more. I think this is the play because we have the Tactician, so it essentially brings us back down to our normal card count, but all the rest of our cards then become free. I wonder if that's upgradable. Okay, to the prison van. Let's get more upgrades. That was a transport. This is a van. This time the back is open. Stay away from the back. And everyone likes to push here, but he walked to the back of the bus. You don't want to be on the back of the bus on this one, friend. Ooh, he pushes. If I just grapple him over there, he'll take care of him for me. And I can focus all my effort on the other guy. Yeah, sounds good to me. Hey, you two, just take care of each other real quick. Now, front kick. Take out that shield. Amethyst. And just end with a throw there. I would be worried about this guy dealing damage to me, but he's not going to be there to do that, because he's already gone. And now he's on the wrong side of me towards the door as well. I could tackle, get out of the way. I could quick kick him to get him closer to the end. I think I'd rather just tackle him. So let's spend all of our basic attacks here just pushing down this guy's shield, because the tackle's going to move us out of his attack spot anyway. I think the head smash is a good thing to use, and then we'll just finish up with... Oh, yeah, this is all costing us 0 thanks to flow state, so we can spend all our cards without worrying. Ooh. And get to the door. Okay. We don't need to shift any further. He's going to come to us. He's back up. Since most enemies just move 2 a turn, this guy couldn't have gotten in a space to attack us. That was another benefit of the way we did that. Well, I mean, I've got to push. Bye! Okay. Now I just have to stay out of his direct attack spot. So, if I vault there, I can shove him to the door dealing damage, and then I can slip back out of it at the end. Take some damage, get a little weaker. Oh, you know what? I can just finish this right now. Not the combo finisher. Department of Corrections. Alright. Oh. No, I did have someone get killed by an enemy. I forgot about that. You need to make sure you read the objectives. So what do we have next? These are all new interesting cards. So, Pep Talk adds 8 block, but allies. We haven't actually encountered one of these, but there are some, like, Protect the Ambassador missions. Something where you have to, like, keep an ally alive, and the enemies will target both you and the friendly figure. So it's like an escort mission. They're kind of tough. This is one of the only ways to make those allies a little bit easier to keep alive. Counter Stab. Well, it gives you some block, but instead of countering with a punch, you counter with a knife. So 4 damage and 3 bleeding. We haven't seen bleeding yet, but basically bleeding deals the amount of damage equal to the bleeding, and then the bleeding goes down by 1. So if it's like 5 bleeding, they take 5, then 4, then 3. So the more bleeding, the more damage they're going to take over time. So it can be a really good guaranteed source of damage. The only downside, I guess, is that it's slow. But bleeding goes straight through block. Like, if somebody's already bleeding, and it's someone who, like, gets block every turn, they're still taking the bleed damage. So that's nice. Must be in melee stance. That's only important if you're using a gun, and we aren't. And get over here. Forces a character who's at range to come closer to you. That's nice in situations for when we had that guy across the room that we needed to come to us. It's good for maintaining momentum as well. And it can be good to get enemies to move in front of other enemies, like if someone's got a gun or something, and a guy moves in front of him, this will get them shot. So it has a number of benefits of messing with the enemies. It's a good special card. I'm worried that our deck is starting to become unwieldy. We've got 25 cards here. We pull 6 a turn, so we're essentially going through our entire deck in 4 turns. If it gets larger than this, it starts to become a bit unpredictable. And so we want to start getting cards out of the deck before we start putting any more in. So unfortunately, I gotta skip that one. Enhanced targets in the yard. Nice lighting effects here. Oh, chef. So it's the prison chef. Join the fight armed with a cleaver and supplies for their allies. This guy has a couple of things he can do, but he's also nasty. He attacks 3 times, so yeah, 18 damage. It's a nasty one. He's also heavy, so I can't knock him down with a throw. And he auto-turns to face us. So he is nasty. But we have the weakening strike thing. So now he deals 2 damage 3 times, and suddenly he's way easier to deal with. We pretty much picked up the counter to what he does, which was pretty lucky for us. Now, what else can we do? He would turn to face us. It's kind of in the way for doing any shifting. Can't head smash him. So I think I'll just start taking his health down. It's an 8-turn fight. He's got a bunch of health, but we got rid of the worst thing about him already. And the shove, it'll give a point of combo, if nothing else. See, if I do the combo finisher, he'll turn to face us, but you know what? I can still move out of the way, because I've still got a point of momentum after this. He didn't turn to face us? Maybe that's only on moves. Maybe attacks don't do it. Either way, I don't want to be hit by him, so... Yep, see, after the move he turned. Okay. No friendly fire on that one. Here we go. Oh, we got the flow state. So I've got grapples in play. They're kind of not helping me with their current locations. I could slip between them. He would turn to face, but like none of them would be hitting each other is the problem. I need to push them into a spot where they would actually hit each other. I mean, he does 19 damage, so shifting past them, I had no combo to lose at that point. Now I can grapple him, and suddenly he's primed to take a lot of damage from his friend. Let's just get a hammer fist in. Well, you know what? I could move one and hammer fist him from long range. Nope. Focus on the big guy. Right, I can't throw him, though. Not quite optimal, but not bad either. Interesting. He only turned. He did not move towards us. So we got 2 guys. At least they don't have auto attacks, but they are really pushy. Were there any walls here? Yeah, there are a couple of doors. They're in the corners, though. I've got a front kick and a quick kick. I can make somebody pretty miserable with a whole bunch of kicks. And I've still got a slip for after that. Now that's going to spend all of my abilities there. So 4, 10, 10. He would still have 1 hit point left if I quick kicked him to the wall, then front kicked him twice. Well, you know what? I don't have to do either of those things. I can just quick kick 1. I can just front kick each of them out of my way a little bit. So I'm not really getting hurt here, not doing optimal damage either. Just building up combos, staying in place. Now are they going to come at me from all sides? No. Oh, he doesn't always attack. Sometimes he does different things. So he's going to heal all the enemies for 8 health. Well, I don't like that. He also only has 10 health left. Let's see if I can stop that. I've got a quick strike and a push. And just the emergency move and a flip. I could flip over to this space and I could quick strike him. But I can't tackle him because he's heavy. And if I pushed him, that wouldn't get rid of him. So he's going to get his heal off. That's annoying. I vault by 1. I just can't get to that space. Well, how about if I vaulted over one of these fellows? I could quick strike tackle or quick strike push. Actually, yeah. They do enough damage to kill the other one. So, flip. And push. He's gone. Now with the remaining time... Yeah, can't really hit any of the other ones precisely, unfortunately. Let's just stay put. If you don't have a good plan, maintain your momentum. Oh, he heals himself as well. Ooh. Now he's attacking again. Okay. Well, I've got a grapple and a front kick, and I know a couple people who could use an attack. He'll push him out of the way, but he'll kill the chef, and that's worth it. So, front kick and long strike. So he's hurting, and then he will hurt the last guy. And I may as well put a throw in on this guy. Just move a step, and down he goes. Get some damage in. Goodbye, chef. Now, 13 and 23, what do we got? We've got the counter, but these guys do way more damage than the block we're getting out of that now. So we need to either invest in more block or get rid of this counter card. We've got double slips, though. Slip. 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 And now, this very high damage enemy is doing that damage for us. Okay, now we've got a lot of combos saved up. He's got no chance. Alright. Upgraded card. Defensive stance. So basically cash in your combo for a lot of block. Which is not bad. I think that 18 is just based on the current amount we have right now. Oh, power sync. Especially an upgraded power sync. You get 15 block, but then each person who's attacking you this turn gives you extra damage modifier for the rest of this fight. So, I mean, we saw how much just like taking a couple damage away from someone does. If that was just boosting us up, that's crazy good. But we're not trying to take a lot of damage. So we've kind of diversified a little bit. So we're not really going into that stun build. We're not really going into a heavy block build. Power sync is so good, it might be worth taking on its own and maybe just taking the damage from time to time. But we really haven't invested in the block that would make this super shine. This is the best card for a counterattacker deck. Man, can I pass it up? It's too good. Oh, this is one you absolutely cannot miss. The rightmost reward there, increasing your momentum. Yeah, would I like 4 momentum? Absolutely, yes please. It makes you not need the flow state as much. You can also go from there to any of the next spaces. You don't really need the healing. So, yeah. Stairway. Stairway's pretty dangerous. Lots of railings to fall over. But we got a couple shotgun guys and a knife. Oh, well, give me a shove card. Nope. So I can't grapple him into oblivion, but I can push him. And I got the slip to do it. Okay, yeah, complete within 8 turns. And reach 8 combo. Oof. Are there any doors on the ends? Nope, it's just walls. And those stairways are all blocked off. I could grapple and tackle him? I don't really have a ton of momentum I'm worried about losing here. It's more about just get those attacks in. I really want that extra momentum. Okay. Good. So they reposition to other spots, it looks like. Oh. Okay, well I can flip out the way. Would almost get him. Actually, I wonder if his auto attack would activate during the enemy turn. If he pushes him there. Yeah, it's worth a try. Well, you know what? I don't need to, yes. Whee! Oh, and if I do it this way, he'll get stabbed first, then he'll punch the other guy. So let's watch how this turns out. Stab, punch. Oh yeah, the auto attack. He didn't last that long. Okay, weakening strike has to be directly adjacent. I can start with a front kick, and just try to take him out with the weakening strike, then the hammer fist. So I would deal 10 damage, then 12 damage, and this would be up to 14. So that'd be 36. Yeah, he won't last through that. Gotta make sure first, though. Otherwise, you're surprised that you didn't kill him. There we go. And just one more combo to hit one of the objectives. Ooh. Well, you know what? I've got that shove now. Haha. Goodbye. I've got the vault. If I had one of those kicks right now, I could get rid of one more. If I used the head smash, I could deal the 17 damage to him, but then he would face me and hit me for 8. But I've got the counter, so let's activate the counter first. We'll vault up next to him. He's not looking yet. Ooh, No, the quick strike won't do enough damage. So, hello. Take a railing to the face. He hits us. I've got counter, though. So I've got one left. He still has 18 hit points. So I just have to move back out of the way, and he doesn't get to make the attack against us. Oh, wrong button. Interesting. He moved so that he wouldn't get knocked over a railing. I do have a shove, but I don't have enough to deal all that damage at once. Okay. Even with the head smash. So if I slipped there, shoved him to the wall, I could shift there. So I'd use up 2 of my momentum, and he wouldn't have taken any damage yet. If I head smash him at that point, okay, he's down to 14 health. Throw wouldn't be enough to finish him off here. So it's not enough. But I just shuffle back and forth a little bit. And I just throw him to the ground. He doesn't get to do the attack, and he's going to start next turn in position. Yeah, I can't head smash a guy who's down. Typically, people who are down just are out of the fight temporarily. Alright. Goodbye. Alright. So, +1 max momentum. Not the per turn momentum. But now, hey, that's up to 4, and that's huge. Ooh. Oh, more excellent cards. Okay, Jumping Ground Punch. You can only attack downed enemies that are 2 tiles away. So that part kind of sucks. But it's a retained card. So it's just going to stay in your hand until that situation comes around and uses it. After it gets drawn from the deck, it's not sticking, it's not taking up more like draw space after that. So it's not a huge cost in terms of being in your deck. And once that situation happens, it's 15 damage plus 2 damage per combo. And this is not upgraded either. So we are doing some downed stuff, but the trick is we down a guy, but we always end up 1 space away. So we have to get in position to down somebody, down them, and then move to a space where we're 2 spaces away to get this to go off. So it's difficult to set up even with that. So it's a tough card, but it's neat. Flurry. Add 3 jab cards to your hand. So the downside of the jab cards was that, sure, it's like only doing 3 damage, but they like cost 0, but they're taking up spots in your deck. With this one, those special jab cards are like one-time use ones, so they're gone. Which means you're only taking up 1 spot in your deck, and so it's essentially 3 jabs as the flurry. So the biggest problem is that it takes up 3. I think the upgraded version only costs 2, and it gives you 4 jabs, or maybe just one of those 2 things. I can't remember. But Flurry is great for a combo deck, especially if you have enough momentum to really make use of it. And Preparation, just stay in place, add dodge and block. Ooh, I wonder how that works with Power Sync. I think Power Sync Yeah, it's for each incoming attacker. It doesn't have to hit you. So preparation and power sync, you just have 30 block and an auto dodge. Oof. That would be an awesome combo for a good defensive deck. So man, do I take the flurry? Or do I stick with my let's not add so many cards anymore? Flurry, 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 flurry. Okay. Let's see, any other fancy things? Oh, well, that's a combo up. But we kind of want to go to the gym and maybe get rid of another card. So, okay, we're going to go do an event. Our first event. On the morning of a simple escort assignment, you catch a glimpse of your horoscope in the newspaper. Unpredictable circumstances may not work in your favor. Today is not a day for unnecessary risks. So, all part of the job, proceed with the mission. So, you have a chance. 50% chance of just gaining 100 money, 50% chance of starting a fight. And it's basically like a randomized fight area. Or play it safe, delay until tomorrow. Well, you know what? The name of the game is fights, and if we start the fight, I'm pretty sure we'll still get rewards from it. So this is all part of the job. We want fights. Well, that's fine. We got a whole bunch of money heading into a gym. Ooh, siphon. I don't recall that one. But if you are bleeding, so if one of those guys with a knife or something hits you with it, or if you somehow start yourself bleeding, you can turn that into combo. That's neat. Spiked Stamp. This is another really, really good card if you're downing enemies, and that's something we've been doing. We got a couple of those cards, especially because it's a retained card. So after we throw or tackle somebody, if we've got the Spiked Stamp since we last used it, deal 8 bleeding, so that's 8, then 7, then 6 damage. You can probably just Spiked Stamp and then stop worrying about them. And Hammer Fist, I mean, Hammer Fist is pretty much my favorite card. If we could just replace all the quick strikes with Hammer Fists, I'd be happy. But yeah, so good, so good. But now we can't upgrade one of those things. I'm going to remove that quick strike, though. That's essential. Okay. And now we can't really upgrade anything but maybe the cheapest of cards. Yeah, Quick Kick may be the next one to go. And yeah, I've let the... Oh yeah, not all cards can be upgraded. That's not an accurate view of the deck. 3, 4, 5... We're up to 28 cards now. Yeah. A couple retained ones in there, but still. Okay. Goodbye, Quick Strike. So, another boss fight in the canteen. Okay. Got some tables. There's the boss. Oh, and we've got some guys with shields. Okay, so the riot shield prisoners cannot be harmed from the front. No matter what you do to them from the front, they don't take the damage. Let's see, I think maybe if I pushed them, like they would take the collision damage, but anything that would just straight damage, as long as you're attacking them from the front, nothing. They got shields. Now here's the actual boss of this gang. Headbutt, brutal knocking of heads, 15 damage and a push. He gets an auto attack once per turn, and he also turns to face the player. This guy is really nasty. Now, unfortunately, I don't have a throw that I could just hit someone with the Spiked Stamp. Let's see, neither of you are next to the door either. I only have to defeat the boss. If I can get that boss maneuvered in front of a door, great. So I'm going to see if I can lead him that way. I don't have any combo to waste at the moment. So I can just sort of bob and weave, slip. Hey, come over this way, not friend. Come on, uh-oh. Well, that's a guy I could use against the boss, potentially. Oh man, I've got a shove. I don't have a really strong thing for this guy. Now the Spike Stamp is retained, it's just not contributing to our hand limit. I mean, shoving those two into each other isn't such a... I could shove him out of the way. If I move there and just somehow absorb his... No, I'm not going to absorb that much damage. I gotta think about this one. Well, I think the answer here is the best case right now is to do absolutely nothing, which does feel a little bit odd, but none of them are actually attacking me, and I really want this guy to end up in front of that door. So I feel like he's going to move there, and he might move there, which gives me an escape route, just in case I don't get something good. We'll just have to see. Yep, he moves there, and he moves there. Now he's basically not in a good position, but I can move back. I can throw the big bad guy. That would work. I also have one front kick and a grapple. Oh, nice. That said, the auto attack that he's got is too nasty to take lightly. If I beat him within 10 turns, I'll basically recover a ton of health, so I can just risk, like, taking the counter. But let's just get that in play. Yeah, if I grapple, I can basically put him there. That's not how I want to do this, though. So, you go over there. Oh, hey, I just realized he does a push. Yeah, he did still get an attack, but the shield prevented the damage from me. And I don't want to throw him because he's just going to knock his boss out. You spawned the wrong enemy on that turn too. Oh. This is the single best enhancement in the game. You're very lucky if you can get it. Increase your maximum and per turn momentum by 2. So now we start with 6 momentum every turn, and we're getting back 5 per turn. I mean, you can start using the really expensive ones like they were nothing. Deep pockets, a little bit more currency, okay. Card removal, that's actually much better than you'd think at first, because just having a leaner deck is so good, but this is the best one. Just unbelievable. So, how was your stay? Uncomfortable, but the people were absolutely charming. Imagine you found something to do to pass the time. And I imagine you have a few more like-minded folk to introduce me to. Okay. You know what? The run's going better than I thought it would. I honestly thought I would end up throwing it and like starting a new drafted one, but this is going really well. It's also really long. So I think I should end an episode here and we can get back into it. So next episode, now that we're not doing like the tutorial and as much explanation, hopefully we can go a little bit faster. But next time we're going to come back with the ninjas. So I'll see you in the next episode. Bye-bye.